Hello, welcome to this afternoon's call on professional hypnosis certification training Q&A. I'm Erika Flint. I'm sitting here in Bellingham, 90 miles north of Seattle, 60 miles south of Vancouver, BC. Right now, it's a little overcast. Where are you dialing in from? Are you from Washington, California, Oregon? We also get folks from the East Coast and Canada. So please let us know. We would love to welcome you to the call. Today, we're going to talk about professional hypnosis certification training that we offer at Cascade Hypnosis Center. I created Cascade Hypnosis Center in 2013 after a really low point in my life. I had been a software developer up to that point, but things were just not going very well. I went through a really low point. And thankfully, I found hypnosis. Hypnosis really saved my life. And it gave me a purpose, it gave me direction, it gave me a new way of living. And once I realized what the hypnosis was and how it worked, I decided I wanted to do that professionally. And I had a light bulb moment where I realized that hypnosis gives us the power to change how we think and feel. So, where I came from computer programming, now I'm looking at, well, can I help reprogram the human mind? And that's what I've been doing ever since. To be clear and fair, it's the client who is reprogramming their mind, but it's very effective. I right away hired some of my grads. So I became a trainer right away. I have a lot of experience in training in general and hired my grads right away. We've been running Cascade Hypnosis Center in Bellingham since 2013. Have had grads work for us this entire time, and it's been such a wonderful experience. So thanks everyone for being here today. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do as a professional hypnotist. I'm a double board certified hypnotist, 5-path and the NGH, and I've won awards for hypnosis. Hypnosis is a career, which is wonderful. I'm also an author of 4 books. You might be interested in the Can You Be a Hypnotist book. If you'd like a copy of that, go ahead and leave your email in the chat. Tim, my assistant and the director of admissions, will make sure to get you a copy of this book. All right, so who is this training for? This training is for people with a servant's heart. You want to help people feel better. You light up when someone is feeling better. You appreciate and enjoy helping people do hard things. So this training is for people who are drawn to helping others feel better. And there's no prior hypnosis training necessary. You don't need to be a therapist. You don't need to have any of that training at all. Why hypnosis in the first place? Well, hypnosis is meaningful and human-centered work. Like I said before, I've been doing this since 2013. The need has just gotten greater, and it feels as if COVID has made things challenging on many levels for people. And I just see an even greater need all the time to help people with things that hypnosis offers, because these are the skills that help people immediately. It helps them that very day. We give them skills that help them across the board in their life. It's also a profession aligned with compassion and curiosity. So it's fulfilling to be a hypnotist because you get to help people do hard things, but it's also very curious. So if you like how the way the brain works, and if you like that style of figuring things out or are curious about how the mind works, then you're absolutely going to love this. You already have the heart. This training will give you the skills. And the way that we approach hypnosis and hypnosis training is systematic, repeatable, and ethical hypnosis. What makes this training different? This training is based on modern hypnosis. It's modern, interactive, insight-based hypnosis. We get great results for our clients with this technique. The structure is clear and it's systematic. So you're not trying to memorize a bunch of scripts. Instead, you are following a suggested format that works across all clients. This training also builds your confidence because it's supervised practice. So we have an hour of practice in the morning, an hour of practice in the evening, so that you feel really good by the time you leave our class. What happens after the hypnosis training? You're not left alone. Nobody wants to be the lone hypnotist. We have ongoing support. We have ongoing mentorship. We've been doing this for a while. So we have some different options for people who want to do ongoing work and guidance as you work with your very first clients. So you want to have confidence working with your first clients and success working with them as well. We do this by focusing our training on something called classroom to client. The way that our training is designed is that you're going to be confident enough to go out and work with anybody who wants to do hypnosis with you. You leave our training class and begin working with your first clients, usually within a month, sometimes within a week. And so by the end of training, our goal is that you have the skills to confidently do hypnosis with anyone who wants to do hypnosis with you. This is hypnosis where people are choosing to do it with you. You will feel confident working with people on a variety of issues, and you'll understand the business aspects of how to begin working with people without overwhelm. And that's important because a lot of training either has no business or it has overwhelming amount of business, and a lot of students feel overwhelmed and don't know what to do. We're trying to hit the perfect amount, and that's exactly what Classroom to Client does, so that you can work with your first clients, gain confidence, and take it from there. It builds confidence, and we find that it's highly effective for our students when they graduate. Here's a couple pictures. That's Blueberry there, the hypnosis chair, still helping a lot of people. She's been my hypnosis chair for the whole time. She's very comfortable. And there is the hypnosis success board. So people's handwritten notes of things that are working for them. The pictures behind me, which you can't see very well, sorry, but these are just a lot of our grads and their businesses. And we call that the wall of success. All right. Business support. We teach you how to share your work authentically. So there's none of the pressure tactics or complicated funnels that you might be aware of that entrepreneurs either talk about or complain about. So you get to grow step by step at your own pace, and it's authentic. Our clients need to know the truth about hypnosis, because what they see in the marketplace is stage hypnosis, and they aren't exactly sure what hypnosis is or how it can help them. One aspect of what we do is share the truth about how hypnosis actually works. And you get to do that authentically in a way that you appreciate and enjoy. We've always positioned our business as being successful based on the success of our grads. We've trained almost 500, probably over 500 grads at this point. We haven't run the numbers for 2025, but we have grads who are working part-time. We have grads who are working full-time, and the practice is built around their values. They're usually focusing on things that they might have struggled with in the past, or things that are coming through their office over and over again that they find that they're really good at. So there's different paths, but the same foundation, right? And here's a couple of them just from last year, doing cool things with their businesses, teaching classes, having open houses, going to the Saturday market. What separates hypnotists that struggle from the ones that make a difference? So I'm going to share with you a system of hypnosis that tends to create a thriving hypnosis practice. You need the right hypnosis training to do what you want to do. Now, we've been teaching this long enough. I know what students are coming in with questions about hypnosis training, and a lot of it has to do with not knowing what to do. They have too many tools and don't know which one to apply. So having the hypnosis skills and techniques isn't enough. You need the strategy for proper hypnosis session and client management. You need a good structured flow. Otherwise, it feels overwhelming. You won't know exactly what to do. Now, you also want to have business building, because you can be an excellent hypnotist, but if you don't understand how to get clients or run your practice, it will quickly become chaotic. And this is where a lot of people quit because it becomes too much. Okay. You also want to have internal state regulation, self-care. So you want to be able to do self-hypnosis for yourself. And our course includes self-hypnosis. We'll get to seventh path in just a minute, but it's something we practice in class, so you have a personal experience with hypnosis during class. Okay, probably lots of them, actually. And then also implementation, getting and working with your first clients. We want you to feel confident knowing how to get your first clients, work with them, and get them success. So once you have success with your first clients, we're going to use those testimonials to continue growing your practice in an authentic way. Okay. Not having a systematic approach can stop you from being a successful hypnotist. This might sound harsh, but I see it over and over again, because people with a servant's heart can become overwhelmed unless it's more systematic, just because it feels like there could be a bunch of different ways to approach a similar issue. And while that's true, we also know that this approach is highly effective and we get results every single time. So what am I talking about? 5-path, 5-phase advanced transformational hypnosis. It's a proven system, and it's been around for decades. It was authored by Cal Banyan over 20 years ago, but that came from Gerald Kine's Universal Therapy, which goes like 20 years before that. There's a rich history of helping people with hypnosis, and the techniques that continue to work float to the top. These are the best of the best techniques that we know work with clients over and over and over again. So it makes it easier for you to become an expert right away. Okay. And it's designed. So this is the number one reason why I like 5-Path. It's designed for results. Okay. So, and that really is the only thing we really want as hypnotists. We want to get our clients results. And that's what 5-Path does every single time. It's clients' results. It's based on an emotional scale. It's a structured process. It's used worldwide. It's ethical and repeatable. And here is the basic overview. Phase 1, preparation, testing, and convincing. This is about hope. We're going to increase hope in the first session. Our client is going to leave feeling good. They're going to leave feeling better. Sometimes in the first session, there's some miracles that happen. I have a lot of clients who will report something like, wow, I forgot what good felt like, or, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? There can be a cascading understanding just in that first session when you help your client achieve a state of hypnosis or stillness. Phase 1, that first session, is very powerful, even though we're just kind of doing not as advanced hypnosis. There are advanced aspects about it. Okay. Phase 2, age regression, is where this work shines considerably. Age regression offers the mind and the body memory reconsolidation. When the mind gets memory reconsolidation, the old version, meaning any old trauma, can be updated and the client feels better. Okay, so it's very powerful, highly effective. We do age regression and age progression. Age progression is necessary. We're going to take our clients into the future to help them understand what they want their future to look like. And for a lot of our clients, they haven't thought about it. They're too stressed. They have no idea what they want their future to look like. And that's part of the problem. That's part of their chaos. Okay. Phase 3, forgiveness of others. Once we bring up hope and then age regression, we eliminate fear. Now we're going to eliminate anger. This is very, very powerful. Even if clients don't think they need to get rid of anger, that's actually when they do. There's some really powerful stuff here. If you think about people pleasers or folks who might not necessarily get angry, anger is pretty sneaky and it actually causes dis-ease in the body. We have a lot of evidence of this. We do not want our clients walking around being secretly angry. We don't want them being overtly angry either, but at least we can help them. So this is very powerful and really necessary. I find that forgiveness of others, especially with women, I am doing it in a way that's really helping them recognize how important it is. And it's okay to be angry. That can really be life-changing for people to get their voice back, get their power back, all sorts of things. Now, phase 4, forgiveness of self. This is when the client is going to forgive themselves. This is super powerful. They're going to get rid of regret. They're going to get rid of resentment, and they're going to step into their full power after having validated and appreciated the work of the protective part. This is where our clients come alive, and we can really help them get rid of old ideas and start on their new way of living. Now, phase 5, parts mediation therapy. Not all of our clients go through this phase, but sometimes there is a secondary reason that people want to hang on to their problem. Some of our clients go through this, but not everybody. Okay, you've heard of parts mediation before. And so this is a highly effective technique that you'll use in 5-Path, but you also might use it in other aspects of doing hypnosis with people. So why 5-Path works? Well, number one, the induction and getting your client into hypnosis has already been figured out to a very large degree. The 5-Path induction is very, very good. And it has built-in depth testing and criteria-based, and you don't need more than one induction. You will have a couple coming out of this class, but we really focus on you having expertise with the 5-Path induction because it works so well. And so then when you deliver that to your client, they will go into hypnosis, and we'll practice that in class, of course, too. Clients are prepared for the deep work. The results here come from structure, not force. We're not trying to figure our client out. I see this online where it seems like hypnotists are trying to figure their clients out or do the work for them, and that's not necessary. We are going to create an environment for our client to experience what it's like to release all of their limiting beliefs. When we do that, well, it happens naturally. And we get to be a guide and use the right words to help them release, help them activate, help them understand, and get the full understanding of the experience. Okay. The missing piece, seventh path, self hypnosis. So, we're going to do a lot of the heavy lifting, like I say to my clients, in session in the office. But then I'm going to have them go home and practice self-hypnosis at home. And this is where our clients are really going to be able to get a really good result, because once a week you're going to see them, and then you're going to give them self-hypnosis, and they're just going to get a little better, a little better, a little better. There might be a little hiccup in there. And when they come back the next week, you'll ask them about it. So having a self-hypnosis is necessary. We want our clients to be able to leave, have a coping strategy, and something that is continuing the work. It supports their long-term success. And it also allows you as a hypnotist the ability to teach seventh path self-hypnosis right away. And that's part of this class. So when you graduate from our certification course, you'll get a certification for hypnosis, but you also get a certification to be a seventh path self-hypnosis teacher, which then you can go teach at a yoga studio. You can just teach it online like this. You can teach it at a location. And that's how some of our grads like to get started. They love to teach self-hypnosis, and then they build their business from there. That's just one of many ways that our grads use to build their business. The training itself is comprehensive pre-work. It's easy, enjoyable, but comprehensive. We want you to come into class ready to go for hypnosis. Nobody ever has any problems with the pre-work. It's just, we don't want to be talking about Hypno 101 in this class. Okay. That would be expensive and time consuming. And so what we want you to do is watch the videos at home. And then when you come to our class, we get to have 7 days of immersive training. So then we get to start at not the very basics. We're going to start a little more advanced, and it includes hands-on supervised practice. We always mention this because it's not always part of every program. And there's an artistic form and aspect to hypnosis. And when you feel confident in your own voice and delivering it in a way that helps people feel safe, you are going to be able to hypnotize people. Okay. It's important that you have supervised practice so that you feel confident and can make faster progress. We always have a good time in class. Play is important. Having a personal experience with hypnosis is important. And everybody is well respected and feels really good in class. It's very important to me that the environment is appropriate. Okay. Now, when is the next training? January 25th through 31. So it's about 2.5, 3 weeks away. If you want to train with us in January, we do ask that you get signed up as soon as you can, because you'll have time to do the pre-work, and we'll have time to send you your student package in the mail. Okay. Now we're going to teach the class quarterly, and the next class, I believe, will be at the end of April, but we're looking for our January students right now. It's 7 days straight. Starts on a Sunday and ends on a Saturday. You can join us in person in downtown Bellingham, Washington, or via video, just like this, just like Zoom. If this feels aligned, enrollment is open. Feel free to ask questions. We'll open up the floor right now. I'm going to have Tim put this link in the chat. If you want to click on direct enrollment, you can enter the word prosperity. You'll get $500 off, just like that picture right there. If you have a question about logistics, go ahead and schedule a call with Tim. Tim is on the call, and he'll schedule a call at a time. You're available to answer any questions about logistics or how this works. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Does anybody have any questions right now? I haven't been following in the chat. I'm sorry. I know it looks like Tim has been answering a lot of questions, so that's good. Anybody else have any questions? Melanie, Scott, thank you for being here. I can see your lovely faces. Hope you're doing well. And Kelsey, also from Spokane, wonderful. Regis, Pittsburgh, all right. And Oregon. Hey, Melanie.
Hi there. I'm a full-time therapist,
Yeah.
and some of my clients have been asking about hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
I still have to check with my agency to see if they will allow it. I've been looking at the Oregon Board of professional therapists and counselors and seeing
Mm.
how it all works. And it's something that I would like to do, but I work full time and I have a full caseload, so I'm not going to be able to go 7 days in a row. Do you have any other alternative trainings that are shorter?
We do. We do. And it's actually better for folks who are already coaches and therapists. We have something that's a little more advanced on that, but it's just 1 day. It's not a certification course.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds lovely. I do EMDR and brain spotting and internal family systems. It's all
You'll
kind
love
of
it.
tied in with hypnosis, and I work
It
with a lot
is.
of trauma. I
Thank
have
you
been
for doing
doing
the
some
work you're
reading
doing.
about this and that it can help reinforce false memories. So that's one of the things we have to watch out for with trauma. I'm very interested. I just need to find a way to make it fit in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that is a challenge for a lot of folks. What some people will do is they will schedule or register for a class a couple months in the future or later in the year and take a week off ahead of time. Like they'll take a week of vacation, right? Otherwise, we used to teach it weekends and evenings, and that's hard too because then you don't have much of a break.
Well, I
I would say keep.
appreciate that.
Did you grab the book? Did you get a copy of my book from Tim?
Not yet.
Yeah, we can send you that. You get a better idea of how we do things. It might help you. Just send you a free copy of the book if you'd like.
So should I put my email address in the chat or?
Or you can just email me at Erika@CascadeHypnosisCenter.com and we'll send it to you, whatever you feel
Okay,
comfortable
perfect.
with.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions?
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm also a counselor. I do have time to be able to do the week-long one, so I'm curious. You have a more advanced one, but that's not a certification. I am interested in being certified, though.
Yeah, I would do the certification one.
Okay.
Part of the reason that, sorry guys, I'm having a weird glitch on my computer.
Oh no, you're in the dark.
I don't know what it's doing. It just displayed my face like a million times in a row on the screen in front of me. Okay, we're back. It's based on my new book. My fifth book is coming out. We're publishing it in the next 2 months. Spell breaking. The training will be out. It's not ready yet. I can't really talk too much about it. It's a little more advanced. It's going to be 1 day, but it's not ready yet. So you'll need certification if you're not a therapist or a counselor. For me, when I came from, you're required to get some level of training in the state of Washington. For other people, you do need to take a certification course, at least in Washington state.
Okay, but for my purposes, you thinking I should still do the week certification?
I think you'll get more out of it. The spell breaking is designed to inspire people to become professional hypnotists. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have any questions?
What is the typical amount a hypnotist charges per hour on average?
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm going to fight for you guys to do 90-minute sessions because it's going to be way better for your clients. I know that the therapy model might be closer to 50 minutes or something like that. But for a lot of our clients who are feeling anxious, we need a little bit of extra time to help them get into hypnosis. And 90 minutes is going to be a better amount. So I'm on a 2-hour schedule. So I'm going to see 4 clients a day. 3 is my preference. My rate right now is $500 a session. I'm going to charge $2,500 for a 5-session package. I'm going to charge $4,000, and that's probably going to be like a 12-session package. We have grads who are charging around 300, 350, 400. I know some hypnotists who are charging more than that. I don't want to charge more than that right now. I think it's a really fair amount for the big changes that people are getting at $500 a session. And it makes for a really good amount of money for the hypnotist too. So, and then you can teach classes to bring in clients. That's important to consider as a hypnotist. We're not in general going to do single sessions. There have been other hypnotists who will do this. Single session, stop smoking. A lot of those people came to me afterwards. You need at least 2 sessions. So in general, you're going to sell packages. And part of this is required because people, they're not going to get boom, big change and everything integrated in one session. Okay. It's just not going to happen. There's going to be change and integration over the course of, in general, on average, 5 sessions. 5 sessions is where we get to see true integration and the client really coming back to session and sharing things with you that you might have been thinking about but hadn't said yet, and which is indicating to you that they are kind of going beyond and they're kind of ready to fly on their own, right? That helps us. We sell packages of 5. My goal for my clients is at least half of them keep working with me. And so we will do values, we'll do negative self-talk, we'll do other things. And so I continue about 50% of the time working with my clients, usually another package or maybe a full year. Okay.
I have another question, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
I wanted all the information. I'm curious how often you see clients pairing doing separate counseling with hypnosis, and also if they often pair energy work like Reiki or even past life regression with that. Do you see that often?
I see a lot of people who tell me that they've been in therapy or they're still in therapy. A lot of my clients have actually been referred by their therapists. I have a good reputation and it works. They keep seeing their therapist though, okay, because they have a good relationship with their therapist. I see a lot of people who have done EDMR and get results, but they want a little more insight. They want a little more story. They come for hypnosis, right? We're changing the perception, right? We're really changing how someone perceived an experience. So we get to change the meaning is one of the biggest things that we do. It's very common for people to come in having either already done or are currently still doing something like that. Now, as far as past life regression, Reiki, absolutely. Past life regression, actually, our class, if you like past life regression, it is very powerful when people have that belief. A lot of my clients who come in with that went to a tarot reader or something like that, and they firmly believe that this is true, right? So we can set aside the validity of it. It is really based on the client's perception. And so this class in particular, because we focus on age regression, and you're right, we do have to be very careful with age regression and not create confabulated memories, but that is a very important part of this training program, okay? And so we're going to do that very carefully, and then we're going to help our client experience a better future that they want. This training allows us to do things with clients that are very alongside what they might already be wanting. They might come to you and ask about past life regression, and we would be able to help them with that within the frame of what we're already doing. Age regression will help you be able to be a past life regressionist if you want to do that.
Great, thank you.
Great questions, you guys. Anybody else? We've got a little time to go into any more details about our certification training today, if anybody does. Yes, Phyllis. Go ahead. I think you're muted. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Phyllis.
I think I'm unmuted.
How's it going?
I'm good, thank you. I like it.
Where are you? Where are you sitting right now?
Northern Nevada.
Oh, Northern Nevada. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
we finally have blue sky again.
Nice.
Can't take that dark.
I know.
So I had a question, and I think Tim is answering it about scripts. I'm a therapist as well and a coach. I typically am less structured than I would like to be in presenting the same thing over and over. He was saying something about, in his text here, something about this style of hypnosis is ultimately scriptless. Can you speak to that a little bit?
You're not like a client, let's say, you know, a client might come in, you're not going to go reaching for your hypnosis encyclopedia for a script for that client. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to go through the 5-path process. And the first thing you'll do is create hope. And we have a very specific technique for doing that. Now, someone might call the technique a script. You'll see it written down in class, but it's not like you're going to pull it up and read it. It's a technique. Okay. So it will be more in lines with, it sounds like, how you're already working. Okay.
Oh, great.
Okay. Now, is there need for hypnosis scripts? Of course. We include what is called direct suggestion, but only at the very end of the session. Direct suggestion is the old-fashioned style of hypnosis. It's where the hypnotist is directly suggesting and stating what the client wants. We do that at the very end of the session because they're open and receptive. At the beginning of the session, we're going to do a technique that really helps them, and that's part of 5-paths. So we're going to do age regression or forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is a form of chair therapy. Forgiveness of self is a form of chair therapy. Now, there's specifics in there that, as a hypnotist, are really good to know about to help with that process, but it's definitely more along the line of structured technique. The scripts, if you will, are much more in alignment with the client's benefits, meaning their outcomes. We're going to take their outcomes, what they want, and we write the benefits and the direct suggestion that come at the very end off of that. So that's a little more complete. You still might read scripts and use them for very specific things, but in a general day-to-day, we're not reaching for a hypnosis script book. Okay.
So it becomes part of the process.
Yes.
It's not like structured trick kind of a thing.
Oh, no.
So I'll just be comfortable doing it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it kind of follows an emotional scale. Okay. So the first thing we do is raise hope. We need that because our clients are coming in, especially for hypnosis. A lot of our clients are coming in to me. Oh, Erika, I don't know why I'm here. I've tried everything else. I can't believe I'm at the witch doctor. For a lot of our clients, they're like, oh, this is my last resort. Right. And so it's very important at the very beginning to increase hope. That is the goal of phase one. Increase hope. The way we do that is proprietary, which you'll learn in class. But when they leave emotionally and nervous system more hopeful. Oh, I can do this. I can do this. They've imagined it. They can see themselves. They've gotten some guidance. We've quieted things for a little bit. They believe they can do it. And now when they come back, we're going to eliminate the fear. And that's age regression. Now, it's not easy, but it's very, very good. And that's usually 2 sessions.
Oh, that's great. I lean on hope a lot with people. And it's sort of hard sometimes being a therapist for them to accept that.
Right.
That they can have hope through therapy, not just going backwards and looking at things.
Exactly. And a lot of clients, at least a lot of my clients, because they're coming in from a place of anxiety or trying not to drink too much, they don't know what they want.
Yeah.
I'll say, if you're not drinking or you're not so stressed, what are you doing at night? They don't know. It's been too long for them to have a positive experience. So we get to start to peel those layers back, and then we get to start to paint a picture for them in hypnosis when it's accepted. So
something to reach for, something to have that will be in your grasp. I love that.
Exactly. After we get rid of the fear, okay, and that's that's with age regression, and that is the knee-jerk reaction. That is designed to be in the unconscious mind, the body's consciousness. Okay, it's not designed to be part of the thinking mind. What we're doing is memory reconsolidation. That is the goal of age regression. Get the emotion, rewrite the story in a way that makes sense, and the brain will update itself. Now the client cannot access that old fear anymore. It happens all the time. Try to feel that old feeling.
Wow. That's lovely.
Emotion helps us, right? After we get rid of the fear, we need to get rid of any anger associated with it. Okay. And as I said before, this is very powerful. I thought age regression was the home run hitter when I first started, but anger is a sneaky killer. And I just see too many people justified. They are justified in their anger. If they don't release it, they're going to get dis-ease. Part of my program is to really help people recognize, what are you holding on to and is it worth it? And so we get a really good release. Once we get that, I'm going to ask them to forgive themselves for everything. And now that's coming back to self completely, naked, if you will. And that is
it goes right to regret. People hardly ever mention regret. They mention shame and guilt.
That's right.
Regret is like that underlying sort of a.
That's right. And we get to validate what they went through, because a lot of what's missing is that the negative was not validated by the grownups around. It's just the grownups were clueless forever and nobody ever said sorry, so to speak.
Yes.
There is massive validation that has to be done.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And then do you see patients online as well as in person, or how does that work?
I recommend for most new hypnotists, unless you're already working online, to do it in person. I have 4 books. I've been doing this since 2013. It works really well. It's highly effective. We need a good internet connection, and your client must be in a room undisturbed. Those 2 things, you can do great work with your clients. You need to be comfortable working online. And it's harder for people to launch a business. If it's their first business, it's harder for them to launch a remote practice than it is to sublease down the hall or sublease downtown. So that's really the best way to start. Sublease for 6 months. You're going to get people who want to see you in person. You can work with them remotely, but it's just harder to launch an online business that is hypnosis unless you're a good digital marketer already.
Well, I do work online now, but I've been in private practice in person, and I miss it's got to be energy, but it's like I miss a
do.
lot of that whatever it is that humans share when we're together as opposed to
Yeah.
online.
I totally hear you. And this is what I say to my clients. If they say, Erika, should I come in person or can we do it remote? I'll say,
Yeah.
come in person. It's better.
Yeah.
Everything's better in person. We can't argue with that. We can try to mimic it as best we can, but the truth is it's going to be better in person. Now, the day may come when it's snowing. The day may come when something happens and we decide, hey, let's do it remote. And what you'll learn from that is that it's just as effective from home and you just don't have to do the drive in. But I want to see you and I prefer to see you in person. But if we need to do it remotely, absolutely works.
I hear that. That is so good. And so one more question, and thank you for taking the time. So the training, I heard you talking with somebody else, but I was kind of taking notes and I didn't hear. Is the training, it's best in person, obviously, but can you do that it's a week in person? Can you do
7
that?
days? Yeah, you
Okay.
can. I mean, it's the same thing. Of course, we want you to come in. It's just a hardship for a lot of people to leave their families and come to us unless they already live here. And so the remote training is excellent. And the truth is, with our program, you will hypnotize people in person and you'll hypnotize them remotely. So when you leave class, you'll feel confident hypnotizing people online and in person. And that's important right now.
Thank you so much, Erika.
Anybody else have any questions? Was that Phyllis? Phyllis, was that who I was talking to?
That was me. Yes.
I just wanted to make sure. All right. Thanks, everyone. Anybody else have any questions before we end today?
I have just one more, but it's small, I promise. I was just curious. Sure. So the next one's the 25th of January. I'm curious how often you hold these trainings in case we weren't able to make this next one.
Quarterly.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for being here. We're really looking forward to this training. We're helping people with hard things. So the class itself is directed and focused, and we all show up and have a really great week. And then we get to go out into the world and help people do hard things. Thanks for being here today. It's been my great honor. Thanks for all of your wonderful questions. We'll follow up with a short email with some of the links we shared in case you want to follow up with us. I hope to see you in the hypnosis classroom soon, hopefully for our January class, if not maybe later this year. So feel free to send me any other questions and follow us online. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you.